So very warm welcome to our chief guest for today, our guest of honor, and all the other dignitaries. So a very good morning, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Marix Media and also on behalf of our Managing Director, Captain Kamal Chadha, in absentia today. It is my great pleasure to welcome you all to the Marine Medical Examiners Conclave 2025, a pivotal gathering of experts, practitioners, and thought leaders dedicated to the health, safety, and well-being of our seafarers. As marine medical examiners, we hold a unique and critical responsibility at the intersection of maritime operations and healthcare. This conclave serves as a valuable platform to share insights, review evolving standards, address challenges, and align ourselves with global best practices in maritime health assessments and fitness evaluations. Together, let us explore the latest advancements, regulatory updates, and collaborative opportunities that strengthen our collective mission, ensuring every mariner is medically fit to navigate the world's oceans safely. Thank you everyone to be a part of this important dialogue. And before we begin the conclave, just a few things that would possibly help us sail through the So requesting all of you to please keep your mobile phones on silent. That would really help. Do mark any important exits to this hall in case of emergency. During breaks and networking, please feel free to carry your tea and coffee so that you don't miss out on any important discussions. During Q&A, after the panel discussions are over, please be considerate of your questions and the timings, so that delays can be avoided. And more information and in-depth introductions about all our esteemed guests and panelists will be made available to you very soon through a scan code on your mobile phones. And last but not the least, any medical emergency, don't worry, we have best medical experts here. So as we begin the day, let me take this opportunity to call upon Dr. Jacob Matthew, Managing Director, Seabird Medicare Center, to please come ahead and deliver the welcome address.
Thank you, Radhika. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. A warm welcome to the Marine Medical Examiners Conclave 2025. It gives me great pleasure to welcome all of you all to the conference. This conference is conducted under the aegis of the Directorate General of Shipping for all the Marine Medical Examiners of India. The conference is curated and managed by Marix Media Private Limited. As you all are aware, there are a lot of burning issues faced by the medical community. The conference intends to address all of them, deliberate, and find solutions so that the mariners stay healthy and fit whilst at sea and ashore. Before we delve into the program, I would like to acknowledge and thank our distinguished guests. Chief guest, Mr. Shyam Jagannathan, IAS, Director General of Shipping. Guest of honor, Captain S.I. Abul Kalam Azad, Nautical Advisor, cum Additional DG Nautical, Directorate General of Shipping. Captain Nitin Mukesh, Deputy Nautical Advisor and Senior DDG Tech, Directorate General of Shipping. All of them have taken time off from their busy schedules to be present for the deliberations. Thank you, sirs. A few important landmarks about this conference. This is the first time in history that the Directorate General of Shipping has conceptualized a marine medical examiner's conflict. This shows how serious and concerned they are about the issues facing the marine medical fraternity and the marine industry. FOSMA, MASA, MUI, and other stakeholders have been most helpful and cooperative. They have extended all support to the conclave and given valuable insights to the discussions. All the moderators from these organizations have worked tirelessly to help us in the panel discussion. Thank you, sirs. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to our esteemed speakers and moderators for their hard work and dedication in making this event possible. A big thank you to all of them. In the conclave, initially, we have a medical management module presentation by Directorate General of Shipping, followed by 3 panel discussions. We have a day packed with engaging discussions. I'll encourage all of you to take full advantage of this platform to interact with all the doctors, stakeholders, and marine administrators and learn from the experts. I'm confident that this conference will be a very valuable learning experience for all of us. My colleague, Dr. Vijay Belani, will delve in the conclave objectives after me. With this, let's begin. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Jacob Matthew, for letting us know the enriching experiences that we are going to have throughout the day. As we begin this esteemed conclave, we will now light the ceremonial lamp, a symbol of knowledge, wisdom, and enlightenment. This tradition marks the dispelling of darkness and the beginning of meaningful exchange of ideas and learning. May the light guide our discussions and illuminate the path towards safer seas and healthier seas. For the same, I would request our chief guest for today, Sri Shyam Jagannathan ji, to please go ahead near the lamp. We also would invite Captain Azad to join us, Captain Nitin Mukesh ji, Dr. Jacob Matthew, and Dr. Belani. I request all dignitaries to please join us on stage. I would request Dr. Belani as well to please join us. And Captain Nitin Mukesh ji, please join us. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. So as we move ahead to the next section, I now invite Dr. V.Z. Belani, founder and medical director, Dr. Belani's Blue Shield Medical Clinic, to come forward and elaborate on the objectives of the medical conclave. Dr. Belani, with his vast experience and insight, will help us understand the vision and purpose that guide this important gathering. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Belani.
you. Good morning, esteemed guests on the stage, colleagues and stakeholders. It's my privilege to welcome you to this conclave, a very important conclave, I would say, convened to discuss, deliberate on a topic which is fundamental to maritime safety and operational integrity, the medical examination of seafarers. The health and well-being of our seafarers are critical pillars of underpinning the safety, efficiency and resilience of global maritime industry. I would say the objectives would be to review and understand the recent regulatory changes which have come in force and to thoroughly examine them, the latest directives, amendments issued by the Directorate concerning the DG approved medical examiners, to address and clarify any ambiguities in the interpretation, implementation of the new medical examination standards. As always, we need to keep quality and enhance the medical examination process to identify any gaps which are now in current practices that we can identify, propose any enhancements aligned with international maritime health guidelines, to advocate for the adoption of best practices that emphasize accuracy, efficiency, consistency and ethical conduct on seafarer medical examinations. And we like to strengthen our collaboration among stakeholders with a cultivated spirit of partnership with the Directorate, the DG approved doctors and maritime organizations and various stakeholders, to promote an open dialogue, share experiences, learn from collective challenges and successes. And we promote continual professional development to outline strategies for ongoing education, training workshops, certification programs that will ensure medical examinations remain updated to the latest medical and regulatory developments, and ensure the highest standards of seafarer health and safety that may formulate measures aimed at improving the quality, reliability, meeting the timelines of the medical services provided to seafarers. Importance of the conclave, most importantly, is maritime safety. The physical and mental health of seafarers directly impacts the safety of ships, cargo, and the crew. Rigorous and consistent medical assessments would significantly mitigate the risk on board of any medical emergencies. And I respectfully urge the Directorate to facilitate the delivery of a professional medical services within a well-defined, streamlined framework that supports rather than hinders medical practitioners. And I would also request DG approved doctors should be regarded as valued partners in achieving our shared objectives with mutual respect, collaboration, and guiding all interactions. Regulations should uphold high standards without imposing unnecessary administrative or procedural burdens on a practitioner, thereby enabling greater focus on quality of care. Alignment with national regulations and international conventions such as MLC, STCW, essential to maintain global credibility and operational integrity. Continual quality improvement initiatives drive better medical outcomes, reduce discrepancies, and enhance stakeholder trust in certification process. Equipping medical professionals with updated knowledge and advanced tools strengthens the resilience of maritime workforce and ensures better healthcare delivery. Through this conclave, we aspire to establish a stronger, more dynamic framework for maritime health services, one that empowers our medical examiners, upholds the highest standards of care, and prioritizes the well-being of every seafarer. Together, let's commit to steering this course towards excellence, trust, and continual advancement in maritime healthcare. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Belani, to let us know the detailed objectives of the conclave. We have with us today our guest of honor, Captain S.I. Abul Kalam Azad ji, a graduate in Electronics and Communication Engineering from Madurai Kamraj University. He began his professional journey with a brief tenure in engineering sector before transitioning to the maritime domain. He joined the Shipping Corporation of India, where he served with distinction for 15 years, rising through the ranks to become captain. During his tenure at SCI, he commanded a diverse range of vessels including oil tankers, bulk carriers, and general cargo ships, gaining extensive seafaring experience across global waters. In 2008, he transitioned to Indian Maritime Administration as Nautical Surveyor cum Deputy Director General of Shipping. Over the next 7 years, he played a key regulatory role at the Directorate General of Shipping, followed by another 7 years as Deputy Nautical Advisor in the Mercantile Marine Department MMD at Mumbai, Chennai and Kochi. He furthered his academic credentials with Master of Science in Maritime Affairs from the prestigious World Maritime University in Sweden, a globally renowned institution under the aegis of International Maritime Organization. Currently, he serves as the Principal Officer at the Mercantile Marine Department, Mumbai, and holds additional responsibility of Nautical Advisor to the Government of India at the Directorate General of Shipping. Throughout his career with MMD and DGS, he has been instrumental in driving reforms, including successful implementation of e-governance solution, and contributed significantly to enhance transparency and efficiency. He has also represented India at numerous international maritime organization meetings, contributing to global maritime discussion and strengthening India's voice on international stage. I would request all of you to welcome Sir with a huge round of applause, and we welcome you, Sir, to hear your thoughts.
Good morning to all. Namaskar. Respected Director General of Shipping, Sri Shyam Jaganathan Sir, and Dr. Jacob Matthew, MD, Seabed Medical Center, and Dr. Bellani, Founder and Managing Director, Dr. Bellani's Blue Shield Medical Clinic, my colleague, Captain Nitin Mukesh, Captain Anish Joseph, and Dr. Pandurang Rawat Sir, and various stakeholders, stalwarts of the maritime industry, Captain Basin Sir, I can name few because there are Captain Halbe Sir, Captain Tandon, all expertise in the maritime field are sitting here. We will be having a panel discussion, 3 panel discussion, and again we will be able to summarize the proceedings in the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, and the medical doctors who have come all the way from various parts of India. So they are the main participants of this conference, and the seafarers associations also here, and the FASMA MASA is here. At the outset, I would like to thank the team of medical examiners to organize this event. As rightly said, this is the first time DG Shipping has organized such an event of marine medical examiners. When we tried to organize such an event, we were looking for, is there any association of medical practitioners? But I think we couldn't find any such association. So then we were wondering, how do we go about it? I think the team here, Blue Shield and Seabed, on individual level, some efforts were made, and the Marex media came to help us in conducting this event. So I must thank the entire team for organizing this event. But it was organized on our requirements, because we had some burning issues which need to be discussed and deliberated in detail. But we took the help of the medical practitioners and the leading stalwarts to arrange this conference. I think I came to know that I think industry associations also have contributed for successful conduct of this seminar. Now, why we have to organize such a meeting? So, like the DG shipping, we are a master mariner or naval architect, a lot of technical officers and the administrative officers. We thought it will be very naive to advise the doctors what they should do. It is normally, it was never envisaged that we are going to advise the doctors how to conduct the medical examination. So when I started career in 2008, the MMD used to inspect the doctors, initial for grant of approval. So we used to visit the clinic, and mostly it will be about the facilities, what they have. Obviously, doctor per se, we can't examine whether he is qualified to conduct the test or not. So we used to inspect, and then we give a recommendation to the DG shipping, and the approval of the medical practitioner was given by the DG shipping. So that was the practice for several years as per the medical examination rules. And then subsequently, as part of ease of doing business and liberalization of our enforcement regime, so we done away with the inspection by MMDs. I think for more than 10 years now, it is based on a self-declaration. So you, medical examiner, they declare themselves, and then approval is given on the spot, means by an online process started recently, but earlier even by manually also. They used to send the details, and approval was given by to the medical examiner without any physical inspection of the facilities, whether the clinic is there or not, or whether the facilities are there. It was only based on a pure declaration. So that we went to that much extent to liberalize the approval of the medical examiners. Currently around more than 550 or 590 medical examiners are there across India. I think Captain Nitin Mukesh will be giving you the detailed presentation subsequently. 590 medical examiners. We don't want that medical examiner to be limited to a few metro cities, only very few doctors. So our seafarers are coming from all across India. So we have liberalized, and we have liberalized the process, and there are more number of medical examiners are available. The seafarer can do the examination anywhere. But what is the problem which is coming up now after the liberalization? Because the standards are not maintained uniformly, because various doctors are having a different methodology to examine the conduct the medical examination of the seafarers. And there were some malpractices which were noticed, which came to light by complaint or by during the investigation. The several issues were found. Especially, I can tell you, the last year there was a major incident of sinking of the vessel, where the master was 72 years old, and he couldn't even walk. He couldn't even come out of the cabin to go to the lifeboat. So that triggered this conference, I can say. That is the turning point. So how a medical person can be certified as fit for sea service? A person cannot even walk. And every seafarer on the ship has given a statement, captain is not able to, could not walk. So that was the triggering point. So we found that there was no medical examination conducted. Medical examination was conducted 2 years back. See, it is the entire spectrum. Neither company has seen the person. At least company should have seen the person before sending the seafarer on board. I mean, there was you can say that the chain error chain was everywhere. It was it was broken. So then we came out with a circular. I think you all are aware that beyond 65 years, we said stringent medical examination. Everybody said, what is stringent medical examination? Means we meant that you do actual medical examination. Don't give a certificate without doing a medical examination. So that is what we wanted actually. But again, we though there was a lot of instruction from the ministry that seafarer must have a retirement age, But still we have convinced and we said, okay, let us not have any cut-off date. We will have a above 65, you follow this process. Above 70 also, you follow this process. So currently it is being, the seafarers are approaching the shipping companies are approaching the Mercantile Marine Department. We are telling them to do a physical fitness test, which is already prescribed in the STCW convention, nothing new actually. So that, based on that, we are giving permission. So we are not denying the rights of any seafarer to serve on board ships. So that part we have make sure it. I think there are some queries. If anything, we are ready to address during the day of the seminar. Another issue about the doctor's approval. Earlier, last year, there was a like as per the earlier practice, up to 65 years only we were giving approval. Then every year, then the cut-off age was 70 years. Then after extensive discussion with the medical practitioners, we have liberalized that. Now there is no age restriction. We said up to 75 years, based on the declaration, the medical practitioners' approvals are given. So that is the policy we have. Even beyond 75, we have given some requirements. So we have removed the age restrictions. We have simplified to the maximum. As far as approval of medical practitioner is concerned, our aim of the DG Shipping is to simplify the process, to ensure the standards are followed uniformly, and we are not here to judge you. That is our policy. So there will be a presentation by our e-governance team. We are coming out with the state-of-the-art e-governance module, and Captain Nitin and our team will be presenting it. So I will not spend much time on that. So we will even simplify the process which is being followed. So based on the self-declaration and of the candidate as well as the doctors, they can upload the documents and they can get an approval. And then we are planning to have all medical certificates data also captured in the system, but which will not be available to outsider. It will be only available to the administrations. That is a new system which we are going to launch maybe in 3-4 months' time. There will be a detailed presentation. But what I would request all the medical examiners is to do whatever is required sincerely. You are all aware, even for insurance, nowadays they are telling us to do the video recording of all activities. If you do above 50 years, try to take a life insurance policy, there are so many tests has to be done. And everything is being video recorded. Your TMT is video recorded, everything is being video recorded. But at the same time, we don't want to put burden on the seafarers. There will be detailed discussion about the rules. Captain Nitin will be presenting it. In the rules, this time we have prescribed some tests. So it was prescribed based on the input given by the technical committee who is working on the rule. It is not our, wish list. Based on the industry experts and technical committee has given the, some requirements, we have included some tests, mandatory tests as part of a medical examination. There will be a discussion during the day whether such tests are required, at what interval such tests to be done. We are open. And just I wanted to clarify, it is only a draft medical examination rules. So this forum will act as one of the important stakeholder consultation. We have already done several meetings, but this forum, I think there are union representatives and associations and ship owners, ship managers, everybody is here. Your comments are welcome, and we are open for any modification in the rules. It is in the draft stage. Okay. Because I feel that you can't subject the seafarer to the several tests again and again. So in my experience, I am not an expert in medical field, though I have done only 2 weeks ship masters medical care course. So most of the masters, we think that we know much about a medical examination. Because if you do the test without symptoms, it is of not much of use. That is what, because if you go and do the USG scan and you will find everything is normal. But if you go and tell him that I have a stomach pain, then the test result is coming different. The symptom-based test, so that is why in the earlier rule it was left to the doctor's discretion. Based on his discretion, he will prescribe the test. But that is not giving results. So that is why it is for us to prescribe some tests so that there is a uniform standards across India. And lastly, I just wanted to highlight very sad state of affairs. data gives a clear indication. 2023, accidental death of seafarer was 14, Indian seafarer. Year 2023, 14 deaths, accidental death. 55 is a natural death occurred on board. 55, you can say more than 3 times natural death of seafarers on board ships. 24 also 56. And this year, first 3 months, 19 death already reported. Every week, at least you can say 1 or 2 death, which is becoming a routine now. Cardiac arrest or whatever reason. So which gives very much, which creates doubt in our mind whether the medical examination is being conducted properly or not. So that is the purpose of this seminar. So we can't afford deaths on board. So we request medical examiner and the shipping companies also to take the medical examiner of seafarer very seriously. Just don't leave it to, you okay, send it to XYZ clinic and get it certified, and then immediately seafarer flies from there. People are not even seen the person, what is his condition. So that I think we need to exercise due diligence before sending the seafarer. At the same time, we have to minimize the number of tests if something is not required. So with this, initial input, I would, and another thing I wanted to, I missed out is that there are selection of medical practitioner by tender. There are some companies are selecting medical practitioners by tender. I was told only 200 rupees is the L1 amount. 200 rupees for certification of medical practitioner. 200 rupees, what kind of medical tests can be conducted? See, this is so then what happened? The seafarers are complaining that he goes to the medical practitioner, he does the test, and that doctor says, no, your so-and-so is an issue, then you pay the money, then you come after 1 week, then do the test again, then they try to extract money from the seafarer. Everything is happening, I think you are all aware of what is happening in the industry. So let us work. So we wanted to have open discussion here and try to ensure that medical examination of seafarers are done properly. As far as approval of medical practitioners, that is a core topic, but I can assure you we can make it as simple as possible. There is absolutely no doubt about it, and your medical practitioners need not worry about it. But we are more concerned about the medical examination, what you are doing. So that, in that the role of doctor, companies, union and seafarer himself. And the declaration, this time we are decided to capture the seafarer declaration online. Seafarer has to declare his health status online, it will be captured. Every time, whenever he is doing medical examination, it will be captured. So we will discuss the process during the day. And with this, input, I request the panel members, expert to discuss the rules very thoroughly. Give your frank opinion. We will record all your comments. We have not taken any decision how to proceed further. We want to go ahead with your comments. And at the same time, our regulations should be in line with the international standards. So that also we have to keep it in mind. We can't have a stringent medical standard for Indian seafarers compared to other seafarers. So we have to have a parity. So these are all what I wanted to say, and thank you very much once again for all the organizers for organizing this seminar. Thank you.
Thank you, Captain Azad, for apprising all of us with many of the reforms that are already implemented and your open-mindedness towards taking new suggestions throughout the day. We are fortunate to be joined by our chief guest for today, Shri Shyam Jagannathanji, Director General of Shipping, Government of India. Shri Shyam Jagannathan is a distinguished officer of the Indian Administrative Service, belonging to the 1997 batch of the Assam Meghalaya cadre. He currently serves as the Director General of Shipping in the Directorate General of Shipping under the Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways, a role he assumed in 2023. Prior to his appointment, Mr. Jagannathan held prestigious positions of Development Commissioner at the Santa Cruz Exclusive Export Processing Zone, popularly known as SEEPS, a premier special economic zone, SEZ, in Mumbai, under the Department of Commerce, Ministry of Commerce and Industry. His leadership there was marked by a focus on boosting exports and fostering innovation-driven growth in one of India's key economic hubs. An academic achiever, Mr. Jagannathan holds a Master of Science degree in Biochemistry with distinction from Osmania University, Hyderabad. His professional interests span public finance and strategic application of technology to enhance public service delivery, reflecting his commitment to efficient and citizen-centric governance. So we request Shyam Jagannathan ji to please come forward and share his thoughts with us.
Namaskar, Dr. Matthew, Dr. Bilani, my eminent colleague, nautical advisor in charge, and PO MMD Mumbai, Captain Azad, Deputy Nautical Advisor, Captain Nitin Mukesh, the dignitaries of the dais, colleagues too. It is indeed a privilege to be here, and I will be using this opportunity to make an appeal to individuals who are seen as professing the noblest profession. You not only save lives, you also give life, and you take an oath before you start your professional application. And my first salute is to all of you for simply professing your profession as medical professionals and partnering us. Being incumbent as the Directorate General of Shipping, Administrative Head, you would be all aware the Government of India has specific plans for furthering India's maritime interests. The economic part apart, we all do realize India is pushing for primacy as a major seafarer contributing nation. And at the heart of mercantile marine, that is shipping, is the seafarer. From the Directorate General of Shipping, our focus and emphasis has been on 4 aspects related to the seafarer. The first is embracing the career in merchant navy. Now, at this point, we need to assess how good is our system in ensuring the right kind of people make a professional choice and come into seafaring. Seafaring has its pluses. It also has a demanding nature to its professional application. Long contracts, long times at sea, isolation. You're separated from the family. So it needs a particular ability which needs to be sensed before you induct a person into a career. These aspects do not touch the larger application that you are doing of certifying the medical fitness of seafarers when they are signing on. So I would need some inputs and insights, as all of you are domain specialists and qualified medical professionals. Is there a need for a psychometric benchmark? Is there a need for a psychoanalysis? Or any such parameter which at least does not have substantial variation? Because there are concerns we have very recently seen, it has been in the social media, a very young, bright boy, the only son, 5 months, and he took a very unfortunate step. Now, what went wrong needs to be assessed. That is part of basically a detailed investigation. So that's my first appeal. The second is the Medical Attendance Rules 2025. There's a lot of change that is envisaged here. The first is in standardizing the medical examination. So you have got labs which need to be NABH, NABL are ISO standards for providing you the basic diagnostic benchmarks on which you will basically opine and certify medical fitness. The second was referred to by Captain Azad in the sense what scope of medical testing in terms of tests being prescribed would be done and how you would assess and certify the fitness of the seafarer for going out at sea. The third part of this engagement, which we are as a continuing dialogue looking forward to, is how difficult is it to have a regulatory interface at your end. Captain Nitin Mukesh is leading the translation of one of the sub-modules which focuses on the enrollment of medical officials, the retention of the records over a time-based line, and also ensuring standardizations in terms of the compliances as envisaged in the medical attendance rules. Please do realize it has to be a continued dialogue, because wherever you find genuine points of concern, as has been mentioned by the nautical advisor, we are willing to work around that without diluting the fact that when a seafarer is certified to be on board, it is purely on basis of that certificate we understand he is fully fit to be at sea and apply himself in the profession. So these are the three specific aspects. And the fourth and biggest connect. You are aware that we from the Directorate General of Shipping, with all the participation and advice from all of you who have so much more of experience in the maritime domain, are furthering wellness at sea under the umbrella of Sagar Mein Yog, that has 10 components of wellness. And who better would realize it, because when medical research and literature applied itself, it were the medical professionals who first understood there is a lifestyle issue, there are issues with nutrition, there are issues with fitness, there are issues with modern urban living. These get further compounded with the challenges of a career like seafaring. So wellness would mean not just for the seafarer while he is at sea or under a contract, it would also mean when he signs off, when he is on shore, and for his entire engagement as an individual, all the 10 components. We will come out with these 10 structured modules because it also has non-medical aspects. For instance, social communication or financial skills for life. All these aspects are going to be taught as a formal curriculum of the Maritime Training Institutes for seafarers. And it is here I would request you have an oversight and see whether the draft modules, as has been envisaged for this Sagar Mein Yog or wellness at sea, is truly well graduated and can be applicable to allow an individual, anybody, add value while basically applying himself in his or her own professional sphere. I am grateful that mention has been made by Marex that this is the first ever DG initiated consultative platform. I think it should not be the last. I only request and appeal. Sometimes you may feel the government is not responsive or is slightly slow. But I assure you, we have a very professional and dedicated team on this side, and we look forward to your guidance, your support, and to give us the right direction, while we will ensure that we give you a very facilitative and easy interface with the regulatory framework. I am grateful for this opportunity. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, TG sir, for informing us of all the reforms that are on the way, and also about the prestigious Sagar Mein Yog and Sagar Mein Samman, two flagship projects by the Directorate General of Shipping. Thank you very much. We now move to the next segment, wherein I invite Captain Nitin Mukesh, Deputy Nautical Advisor cum Senior DDG Tech, Directorate General of Shipping, to share his views on presenting of medical management module and proposed medical rules. The particular segment looks at outlining key updates that are aimed at enhancing the medical evaluation framework, ensuring consistency with international maritime standards. These proposed changes are designed to strengthen the health and safety protocols for seafarers in the coming year. I believe Captain Sir will also be joined by Ms. Vrishali Joshi, who is a business analyst with CMS. Sir, please.
Yeah. Yeah, namaste and very good morning to everyone present here. It is my distinct honor and privilege to extend a warm welcome to our esteemed chief guest, DG sir, and guest of honor, Captain Azad sir. I also extend my heartfelt greetings to the respected member of the medical fraternity, my valued colleagues from the Directorate General of Shipping, and all distinguished stakeholders and dignitaries who have graced this gathering with their presence today. I stand before you today with great pride and enthusiasm as we embark on a journey that signifies not just a regulatory update but a transformative leap towards in both policy and practice. The proposed Merchant Shipping Medical Examinations Rules 2025, along with the pioneering e-Samudra digital platforms, mark a new chapter in our collective journeys towards excellence, transparency, and technology integration in maritime health governance. First, let us begin with the most awaited discussion, that is on the Merchant Shipping Medical Examination Rule 2025, which marks a significant regulatory shift by replacing the outdated 2000s framework to align with the contemporary medical practices. This update rules to enhance the physical and mental fitness standard of seafarer by introducing more comprehensive and evidence-based test and assessment. I repeat, evidence-based test and assessment. and it is in line with the global standards, that is STCW and MLC 2006. This is the introductions which introduce progressive and inclusive feature that reflects the evolving needs of the maritime workforce. And for the first time, we have made a special provision for the transgender seafarer. It is there. Which ensuring fair and respectable case-by-case medical assessment. And here also I will mention that electronic record keeping has been also made here, and which require all medical records to be securely stored in digital format for a minimum of 5 years. Additionally, the process for approving medical examiners has been overhauled, requiring them to undergo a DGS familiarization course, which was also there in 2000. But these rules specify also a separate and comprehensive list of pre-C and periodical medical tests that we will cover in our panelist discussion also, what all things are there, and here also it is there. And okay, yeah, how this medical rules has been involved. It started with 2000, then after that 2016, but before that there was a merchant shipping notice 01 of 2015, which everyone follows till 2023, where the stringent regulations came, and after that we amended it with the 2024. So these are the evolutions of the standards of medical rules, from the rules to the notices, and these all we are incorporating in the new medical rule which is coming in 2025. These are the proposed rules. Just I am showing you what all things are there in that. These are the titles. These are the rules which is in the proposed rules, MS Medical Examination Rule 2025. These are the appendices. Just to show you, just to make sure that you should be aware that these all things are there in that. Now coming to the important parts, just I have taken the important parts, not all, just what all things are required for the approval and the appointment of the medical examiners. So here you can see that doctors must hold a MBBS degree. This is the first criteria, and they should have a valid state medical council and registration with the Medical Council of India. No age limit, that NSR has already mentioned that. Ayush doctor, that which is a very burning issue. We have not taken any decision, and that is with the legal cell, and we will take it also from here, what all the view of the stakeholders, and the customers also always governs the market-based measure, which is the this thing. These also govern. If we give approval also, if the market does not take the Ayush doctors, so that is also the criteria. All the industries are here only, and the clinic and infrastructure requirement which is given. This should be owned, leased, or rented. What I was seeing that when I was doing the medical at the time of when I was selling, that sometime I used to wait in the sun. There was no waiting area, and we used to wait full day, and might be rain. So this criteria, after hearing from lot of seafarers, there should be waiting area in the doctor's premises, examination room, X-ray lab, other. And what was also happening, that they used to tell us, okay, start from the VT, go till Nala Sopada to have the medical test done. So that seafarer has to given some respect, and they should undergo, blood test and everything should be done at one premises, and it could have been tested somewhere else. It's okay. But why the seafarer should go to from Nala Sopada to Mira Road and all everywhere? So this criteria has been given that you should give the collection of the blood sample, ECG, audiometry, urine sample collection at the doctor premises where the seafarer is visiting. And this second burning issue which DG sir has mentioned, NABL and NABH requirement. But on the suggestion of technical committee, we have also added ISO 15189:2022 requirement also. This is the technical committee recommendations. NABL or NABH or ISO 15189:2022 accredited laboratory. These three are accepted in this MS Medical Examination Rule 2025 if it comes into the force. But at present only NABL and NABH requirement is in force. And this all are the mandatory approval and certification. It is not there in the 2000 and 2016. ARB certificate for X-ray test, fire NOC, pollution control clearance. But here we have got some recommendation from technical committee to remove this clearance because at some state it is not given. And the training and knowledge requirement, there is some recommendation that it should be 3 days course, not 1 day course कि मॉर्निंग में गए चाय पिए और आ गए. So it should be 3 days course and we are still deciding that how much 3 days course or it should be only 1 day course or half day course for the refresher course. And the approval is renewed every 5 years and it is also I need to mention that it should be 25 medical examination per year for metro city and the 15 per year for not per year is not, it is not per year, it is for full 5 years and it is on the pro rata basis. Suppose that approval is given for 4 years only, so it will be pro rata, only 20 is required for metro and on the pro rata for this. Per year is written wrongly here, not per year. It is for 5 years full approval. Approval fees already is in force, 25,000 non-refundable and 10,000 for renewal and address change is 2,000. This is all mentioned in that. And the renewal and suspension is there in the SOP already we have given and the same thing we have mentioned that if false documents or if the seafarer has not done the test, so all these things has been given in that new rules. These are also that yesterday there was one meeting, so this is also that we have mentioned pre-C medical examinations and the periodical medical examination. Pre-C means the person who is joining the C. So that requirement we have made stringent in this and periodical will be the normal which is happening and there will be some and it is on the recommendation of the technical committee. Technical committee is a combination of 9 doctors. So they have recommended that pre-C medical examination, the seafarer when they are joining it should be stringent and the periodical medical examination is the normal. And the vision test also it is some doctor is saying that there should be Ishihara test, some doctor is saying it is a lantern test. So we need to decide and still it is on the deciding phase that this test we need to keep for the color blindness and all. And additional test, if the doctors require, they can always send it to the specialist, but not to that specialist which they know. Let the seafarer to decide to which specialist he wants to go. Because we have also received a complaint, the doctor is telling that to go to that specialist. And that CMS will mention that how the verification check need to be done by the doctors when the seafarers comes for their medical test at the doctor premises. So all these tests and the records should be confidential and it should be stored for 5 years. And what we have done in the new model, the date you will come to know, doctor will come to know the date but the full record will not be available due to the legality in nature, the to confidential report in nature. But the date you will come to know, because what is happening, the seafarer go to one doctor, they made him unfit, they go to another doctor without telling that I have been made unfit to that doctors. This is the medical fitness assessment for transgender applicant, and this I want to mention, this circular has gone to IMO also. And
remove the PIP. Thank you.
this circular has gone to, and it is widely appreciated by the international maritime organizations, because the first time in world that India has taken this initiative for the transgender applicants. So, and I think 10, maybe 10 or 15 I have heard that they have already joined the seafarer profession after clearing this medical for the transgender, which is mentioned in the circular. But it is also we have taken in the medical examination rule 2025. The most important part is appointment of appellate authority. It will include at least 3 specialists in any branch of medical science. The selection process will be done by the in consultation with the ship's owner and the seafarer representative organization, and of course directorate will also be the part of this, of the appointment of the appellate authority. And impartiality clause is also mentioned here. No person employed by ship owner, agents or their representative organization shall be included in the panel. So this is also mentioned in the MS Medical Examination Rule 2025. It cannot be one part that seafarer must be aggrieved. So there will be also in the Rule 19, it is given that appeal against the decision of the medical examiner, and that can be given within 60 days of the medical examiner decision, and the late appeal will be also accepted if it is justified to the Directorate Seafarer Employment Office. And a fair hearing will be given by the DSCO, and whatever decision comes, it will be taken. So the sir has also mentioned it is in the draft stage. Do not think that it has come into the force. And the suspensions or cancellation of medical examiner approval. This has also got mentioned in rule number 20. The approval will be suspended or cancelled if serious lapse, misconduct, unethical or non-professional conduct, violation of the Act, rules of merchant shipping notice and order, and procedure lapse. And one SOP also we have issued. Just please go through that SOP for the time being, but that will come into this MS Medical Examination Rule 2025 also. And you can always appeal within 15 days. Suppose we have taken some decision to suspend that doctor, you can always appeal to the DG Shipping, Director General of Shipping, within 15 days, and the decision of DG Shipping is final. Decision of ours is not a final, decision of DG Shipping is final. You can always go for an appeal. If your approval is suspended for 3 months, maybe 6 months, or maybe lifetime. So you can always appeal to the DG Shipping. And if you appeal to the DG Shipping, we will not take any action without giving a fair chance to the medical examiner. This is the comparison only I have shown, what was the changes which has been done in the from 2000 to 2025, so which I have already mentioned previously. Records, because the that NS sir was mentioning that one of the case, when we asked for the record, the doctor was not having the record also of the seafarer who died. In that case, what should we do? We should cancel or we should suspend that doctor. This is the burning part. What are the irregularity and the malpractice by medical examiner and seafarer, which we have observed. But this is not limited to, I have taken few one only. Unauthorized clinic used. doctor is at somewhere, means from Andheri, but he is doing practice in Patna. And he is issuing the medical fitness certificate from there. So that is not acceptable. Wherever it is mapped by the directorate, please issue from there. Please get it, please take the CIF from there only. Certificate is issued without physical examinations. Seafarer received fitness certificate even while on board ships. This also we have noticed. And in one of the case, seafarer died and he was issued the medical fitness certificate. This has also happened. Incomplete documentation, only 3-page certificates are given. That most of the certificate, the blood test and all, it is not given to the seafarer. Why the doctor is keeping? Please issue the certificate to the seafarer. That is, he has paid the money or company has paid the money. Fabricated NAVA lab reports. We get the NABL certificate and the tie-up letter, but the actual test is conducted somewhere else. Then why to submit the NABL? Please submit the NABL where you are going to conduct the blood test and other reports. Because the report which is not issued by the NABL, we are not going to accept, and at the time of approval, renewal, you will face problem. False eye fitness certificate. Fitness certificate, seafarer is colorblind, but he is issued with the fitness certificate, eye fitness certificate, and he is the nautical seafarer. Misrepresentation of age. Now, doctor has submitted the false age proof. He is of some other age, but his age is something else. NABL backed lab report, already I mentioned. Fitness certificate issued remotely, that seafarer is at some other place, but fitness certificate is issued. He has not gone, he has not seen the doctors. And in one of the doctor case in Mumbai only, what I have seen, doctor was not aware that how many certificate is issued in 1 year. When I asked him how many certificate you have issued, he told me that in a year I have issued 200. But we are having the record, and I showed him 4,000 report he has issued. Then who has issued the report, 4,000 reports? Doctor is from Mumbai only. I will not quote the name here, but doctor is from Mumbai. Doctor, approved doctor is full responsible for issuance of the certificates, and we are not going to take it lightly if we find it. And nowadays I am getting on WhatsApp all the this thing with the full evidence, because now they are saying that DGCP is active. I am getting from other people on a daily basis, and you can see that how many so-called notice I have issued. But when the reports comes, so-called notice reply comes, then if it is satisfactory, then we are not taking any action. I have taken 3 incidents with that which has happened recently. This seafarer, the master reported that the seafarer is vomiting and general discomfort. Medical first aid was given on board, but on the next morning the seafarer was found in critical condition, unconscious, unable to speak, and with loss of bladder control. Given the serious nature of the condition, and while en route to China, the vessel was diverted to facilitate urgent medical evacuations. Seafarer was airlifted. Hospital diagnosed him from the SIDH, syndrome of inappropriate and diuretic hormone secretion. Symptoms include speech slurred, impaired sensory response, difficulty in following motor commands, and the seafarer condition continued to worsen, and on this date, 11th April 2025, he died. And the seafarer was declared medically fit just 50 days earlier, on 4th February 2025 by DGCP approved medical examiner. And this lab report from the medical examinations was conducted at non-NABL approved laboratory, and it was given. The sequence of symptom and rapid deterioration strongly suggests that a clear failure in medical diagnosis and clinical assessment. This is the first incident. Maybe doctor will tell, okay, this we cannot find out. Okay, acceptable. Now the second case. This seafarer joined just 20 days before. Medical test was conducted. After 20 days, he got a severe heart attack, cardiac arrest. And because I have also gone through, I cannot believe that 20 days before that, if you have got TMT test and other tested and all, you cannot find out that you have got some problem in your heart. Because I have been through, so I know the doctor can catch if the proper medical test is being done. And there was no evidence of standard cardiac risk assessment, and the test was submitted that laboratory was not NABL or NABH approved laboratory. After enforcing also, doctor is not doing. So the seafarer has lost a life. If it was being caught, the seafarer family and the seafarer would have been alive. This is the incident number 3. This is also seafarer also suffered a sudden cardiac arrest, and the DG approved medical examiner has made him unfit 15-20 days back. Here also we found out that test was not carried out at NABL or NABH approved laboratory. And here we find out there is a non-compliance, document forgery and medical negligence, because the report was issued from remotely. Seafarer just flown, report was handed over at the airport. Seafarer died. Cardiac arrest after 15 days of medical examination by DG approved medical examiner. Now the reflection, the way forward for the medical examiner. Now it is a time for medical examiner to seriously introspect. Our medical examination being conducted with the utmost fairness, diligence and care, ensuring early detections of health risk and thereby saving not just the life of the seafarer, but safeguarding the livelihood and well-being of their entire family. This we need to seriously introspect medical examiner. For the ship owner and company, responsibility for ship owners and company to ensure that the medical examination are conducted strictly as per prescribed standards in a fair and transparent manner, preventing avoidable death at sea, protecting company resources and avoiding the heavy cost of evacuation, compensation and legal liabilities. If you have seen before, I have shown you the 3 incidents. If the ship owner and the company would have seen, they could have saved lot of money by diverting the vessel, by airlifting, by taking to some foreign ports. And for us, for regulating authority which we are coming up, that's why we must reflect whether our rules and framework are adequately strong. We are going to make it MS Medical Examination Rule 2025 with the help of technical committee, progressive and focused on the ultimate well-being of our seafarer, to build a safe, healthy and resilient maritime environment that support those who serve at sea. So this we need to introspect, and maybe in the daytime we might come up with something. Thank you very much. If any questions, you can. Now I'll call Brusali to present on the. Yeah, please.
So time and again in the speech, the word NABL and NABH has come up. Sir, I am a pathologist. My center is NABL accredited. My question is, sir, why is the government, and I am saying, NAB, you all want quality, you all are quality conscious, You want the medicals done to in a good quality control center. So you ask for a ISO 15189-2022. NABL is a private body. Why should I get the certificate from NABL? There are other bodies also. Why NABL? It's like government is supporting the private body. That's what I'm trying to say.
No,
There are other bodies. Rather, you also just said the center should be ISO 15189 approved of.
That we are coming. I have mentioned already in the medical examination rule that is mentioned. ISO
I
15189.
get my ISO 15189 from maybe from ACA, which is cheaper. Maybe other colleagues they want to get accreditation done. NABL sir, they're twisting. I'm twisting actually. They're charging a lot. Okay.
With
Other bodies are getting the same accreditation at a lower price.
See,
Just because all the government, wherever I go, all the government body stations are NABL. Why NABL everywhere?
see, before that there was no standard. So we wanted to come up with, just listen,
People are not aware, the government bodies are not aware about it.
just can I speak?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Before that, before coming with this 8 of 2023, which was in June, there was no standard prescribed for the seafarer. So we come up with the NABL, NABH. After this technical committee and us, they also recommended for ISO 15189, which you have mentioned. That is already there in the MS Medical Examination Rule 2025, and which we are coming, either you have NABL or NABH or ISO 15189. All these three, any one you have, it is acceptable.
Maybe you're getting it wrong. Okay, NABL, when I say I'm NABL accredited for my lab, that means I got an ISO 15189. I can get an ISO 15189 from NABL or maybe ACAP or the other bodies who can give it. Okay, that's what is important. Now when you say an NABL, the criteria are very stringent. Okay, it's very expensive for a center to get it done. When you say an NABH, it is way cheaper, way cheaper. So which one do you want? Then everyone will go for an NABH, which is very cheaper and less stringent criteria.
Anyone in three of this, NABL or NABH or ISO, because
go for ISO 15189 or NABL. They're all over NABH.
Take
It's very, very easy to get.
Take NABH. Already we have given the options to you all. We will discuss during the day. Sir, question answer after. Later on, sir. Later, sir. Bisali.
Sir, always sir want to e-candidate.
Yeah, please, sir. Please, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. रुक. Bisali. Sir.
Also mentioned about in the metro cities, the doctors, if they do 25 tests, then qualification is, refresher is okay. It was mentioned that in the metro cities, minimum 25 tests need to be done over a period of 5 years. In non-metro cities, 15. Why the difference? A medical examination is a medical examination. If it is 15, it should be 15 for everybody. It should be 25, it should be 25 for everybody. Why should there be any difference?
Sir, that we deliberated. If you see the population of Mumbai and if you see the populations of some city in Nainital, so there is a difference in population, and that's why we have, and we want to reach to nook and corner of the country. So that's why we have relaxed here. So any doctor who is outside from the metro city, they can have the lesser this thing in 5 years, sir. If you are not getting in 5 years 25 also, if you are not getting in 5 years 15 also, then better not to be a DG approved examiner. So that's why we have relaxed in this case, 25 and 15. 25 for metro city and 15 for.
Good morning, everyone. I am Vrishali Joshi, currently working with the CMS Computers as a business analyst and working on the e-Samudra project for the DG shipping. Now we are looking for the medical practitioner module. I am pleased to introduce the medical practitioner module within the e-Samudra, the Directorate General of Shipping's e-governance platform. This platform focuses on the digitizing critical processes related to shipping, seafarer services, medical practitioner management, and other key areas of the DG shipping. Now the medical practitioner module of the e-Samudra. This module enables the doctors registered with the Medical Council of India and holding a valid practicing license to register as a DGS approved practitioners. To be approved as a DG shipping doctor, they must have and attained the familiarization course, and for the renewal of the license, refresher course is mandatory. It also manages the issuance of the medical certificate for the sea service and the eyesight certificates for the seafarers, ensuring the full compliance with the MS rules, that is medical examination rules under the MS rules. Our vision and mission. Our vision is to streamline the standardized seafarer medical fitness assessment. We aim to bring the transparency and accountability to every step of the registration and licensing journey, eliminate the paperwork, and deliver the smooth digital experience for both the practitioners as well as the authorities. Now the key processes. These are the key processes. We'll see this in full flow charts. For the first process, that is the registration and the approval getting from the DG. For the registration on the eSamudra as a new user, the system will ask the applicant for the name, email address and the mobile number. With these details, they will register on the eSamudra platform for the medical practitioner module. After the registration, with the two-factor authentications, the user can log into the system. Now for getting the approval as a DG approved doctor, first, as you can see from the first section, medical practitioner will log into the system. They will fill the required details, personal as well as the establishment details. Then after that, they will upload the documents. Again, as Nitin sir mentioned, the lab waiting area photographs and all the photographs will get uploaded on the system. After that, they will make the payment registration, that is the charges of 25,000. After the details have been uploaded, it will go to the DGS and the MMD officials. They will verify the details. After that, they will take the decision. Meanwhile, if they have any queries, they can definitely query back to the applicant. Applicant will revert to those queries. After that, the decision will be taken by the DGS if it is either approved or rejected. If it is rejected, then the notification will be given to the medical practitioner on his mobile as well as on email and on his profile also. If it is approved, the system will generate the digital certificate with the approved medical practitioner number and it will get updated in the system. Again, notification will be given to the medical practitioner for their approval as a DG approved doctor. For the license renewal process, for the license renewal process, again the same process has been followed. Here the payment is for the 10,000. The charges for the renewal is 10,000. Then next is the medical certificate issuance to the seafarer. Now here, the seafarer first will log into the system. He will apply for the medical examinations. After that, he will declare himself as a self-declaration will be given by the seafarer about his health. After that, it will get stored into the system and then seafarer will go to the doctor. As a DG approved doctor, he will go to the medical. For that, now you can see in the third section, that is the medical practitioner section, where the doctor will log into the system. After that, he will take the endorse number from the seafarer. From the OTP based verification, he will verify this seafarer with the photograph and the profile and the OTP. Seafarer will be verified. I mean, the details of the seafarer will be verified whether the same seafarer has been come to the doctor or not. After the verifications, the physical medical examination would be conducted. After the completion of the examinations, again the doctor will log into the system. He will click for the medical issuance certificate, select the medical certificate whether it's for the eyesight or normal medical certificate or both, and doctor will fill the details of the medical details, like the ILO form. They have to fill all the details and they have to upload all the documents related to their medical test, all the blood reports and all the reports which have been conducted. After that, if it's medically fit or unfit, a doctor will put that into the system. If it's a fit or unfit, whether it's a fit or unfit, they have to give them the certificates. The physical certificate would be given to the seafarer and the same will be uploaded, the same will be updated in the system. The hard copy is given to the seafarer. But the surprise audit. Here, the DGS can do the surprise audit for the labs and all the establishment details for the medical practitioners. Again, the DGS or the MMD can go for it. They can surprisingly, they can select 1 to 10 doctors at a time. After that, they will do the physical audit of the medical practitioners, I mean their all the labs and everything. They will upload the documents related to those physical audit. They will fill the details and depending on their audit, they will take the decision about the approval or the suspension to the medical practitioner. The system will get updated with the decisions and again the notification will be given to the medical practitioner about their approval or the suspensions. In the meantime, again, if the DGS have any queries, they can query back to the medical practitioners. If the queries are getting fulfilled, then after that, depending on that decision, they will take the decision about the suspension or the approval. For the change of contact and the address, if the medical practitioner wants to change his contact details or the address, they can apply online. They can again they will log into the portal, they will fill the address and the contact details which they want to change. After that, they will upload the documents, again make the payment for the 2000 year. DGS official will verify the details. If they have any queries, they will query back to the applicant. Decision will be made by the DGS for the giving the change address and the contact details. If it is approved, the system will get updated with the change of address and the contact details. A notification will be given to the medical practitioner for the change in the address and the contact details. Benefits for the medical practitioners. Here it is the paperless and the streamlined application process, the transparent approval journey, better visibility and accountability. Here it will have the centralized document storage. As I mentioned, you have to upload the documents about your establishment details and everything. So there will be centralized document storage will be there. Easy tracking via mobile app. Mobile app is also coming for this medical practitioner module. So you can have your notifications on the mobile and the tracking for the approvals could be done through the mobile app. Let's collaborate for the safer maritime future. Join us for strengthening the India's maritime health ecosystem. Your role is critical for ensuring the health of the Indian seafarers, and the envisaged model aims to support, not a burden for your process. Thank you. Any suggestions or questions?
Madam, I wanted to ask, what is an ILO form?
It's International Labour Organization of Medical
ILO cannot prescribe any form.
Sir, can we take few questions? Can we take?
And will there be some timelines to say approvals?
Yes.
Okay, we'll be able to take about 3 questions quickly. Yeah.
Regarding the audit process, we see that there are 2 decisions that we are looking here, approval or suspension. For audits, can we not have approvals, non-conformities, and suggestions and improvement? And then a timeline of 30 days maybe for the clinic to respond, and basis that a suspension or approval.
Yes, there is a query back to the applicant in the audit also. So that time you can query to the DGS.
Sir, suspension will be at the last stage. That will be query back, and that will be, we will ask the reply of the query. And if the query is not satisfactory, we'll raise the non-conformity, and then if it is also not satisfactory, then the suspension. Suspension is the last resort. We are not going for suspension.
Sir, during the presentation, while the seafarer has to first book an appointment, and when the medical certificate has to be issued, he has to first give a medical declaration. The seafarer has to give a medical declaration. So when the medical is being conducted, that medical declaration will be visible to the doctor?
Yes.
That will be visible to the doctor.
Yes.
And second question is, if we, during the medical examination, we take the history examination test, we find that that declaration is false. Because this is practically a situation for a lot of us. We are already taking written declarations from seafarers. When we are doing the medical, we find that he has history of old diabetes, hypertension, old medical sign-off, medications that he's taking, which he's failed to mention in his declaration. And you confront him with his previous medical records. We only see our own records itself. We find that he was prescribed medication and he was taking. So then he says, sir, I forgot, or I wanted to join urgently. All kinds of reasons. So is there any provision for any kind of formal reprimand or any kind of action or something to be noted or something to be done for this event? Because the only reason I'm mentioning is carrot and stick goes together. If you are making a policy and if seafarer is not following it, then there should be some, at least, potential of a disciplinary action. We may not have to take disciplinary action in every case, but something should be there so that seafarers are encouraged that they have to disclose their true medical history. Because as doctors, one of the challenges we face, if somebody is hypertensive, he's taking his medications regularly, and he does not declare to us, then for us to find out his hypertension status is practically impossible. And on board the ship he goes, his medication finishes, or he becomes busy and due to stress he stops taking medication. Then his BP shoots up and then he develops cardiac complications. So then the issue comes, why did the doctor not see? He was hypertensive, he was taking medication. This has been a often repeated also. So that is why that medical declaration is very, very important. And this has in fact been a demand from the industry also. And a lot of the companies in fact have their own medical declaration forms, where they want it clearly in written that what medication, what significant hospitalization, medical sign-off seafarer has undergone or is taking, and that should be clearly mentioned. That's must.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, that also we have given for the doctors also, that the seafarer has declared correctly or not for the doctors. And we are not giving the full report of the last medical this thing, because due to the confidentiality clause and all. But we'll be giving the dates, that which all date he has gone through the medical. So you can confront the seafarer and you can ask that last report.
Just to clarify, the medical declaration has got the two parts. One declaration has to be done by the seafarer, the same thing has to be confirmed by the doctor. So both options are there. If there is a variation, doctor has to again, because declaration has got the two column in normal form, same thing system also has got. If a seafarer is saying some condition no, if doctor finds yes, he can override it, he can write a report. That will be the final.
Okay, thank you, sir. Requesting everybody to keep it brief, please.
Sir, I am Dr. Ashish Agrahari. I am a pathologist and having a 4 diagnostic center. Now, I am doing the industrial health checkup also from the dish side. So, and I am finding the same situation what happening in a marine is happening in a dish also. And they also done the same regulations and all, they are trying to implement it, but there is a lots of challenges due to the third parties. Due to the third party who are not really authorized to do the health checkups and all, they are doing these things and they are doing at very low cost, and it's very to do the competition with them, it's very tough. And with the annual guideline and all, it's really challenging to offer those rate at low cost, what the patient want, what the company want, so it's very tough. So some regulation should be there for capping the prices and take away the third parties from the industry.
Yeah, we thought that to keep the...
It's impossible to really streamline this whole process.
we thought to keep the prices, but as a regulator, we cannot keep the prices. Let market to decide how much to give. And also the requirement is clearly given, NABL requirement, NABH requirement, all these things is given. So they, ship owner and managers, they need to follow that.
As the doctor mentioned, there is a really pricing for that all accreditation scheme, and to give a good services, we can't give it at low cost. What the industry is demanding now, and the patient is demanding at the company also. So if we really want to implement this in a true sense, you need to do these things carefully. Otherwise, it is impossible if we keep doing this conclave, nothing will going to happen.
Yeah, I will discuss with the technical committee and we'll come back with all these stakeholders.
Yeah, good afternoon. My name is L.P. Vimalsan from Leobank Union of Seafarers of India. I think we are the seafarers, most electricity and some of the people is there. You should have a, feedback from the seafarer side. I have got a sporting party to reach out with the FOSMA, MASA, INSA delegates. And Madam said that medical certificate has hard copy given to the seafarers. It is totally wrong. Not fully. Some of the company not to be allowed to carry a medical certificate. One. You have to make sure. Now you are saying that the history of the seafarers. Now the IT department has gone out. Some of the seafarers had the history. There is a seafarer working on board the ship, same company. There is no record from the cleaning sector. When he worked 5 years back, he could have seen this history. Whereas he was having what all the difficulty while going on board the ship. That has to be mentioned. The history has to be maintained by the medical center. One more thing. There are so many points there. I'm waiting for the panel discussion. And the seafarers going on board the ship 9-month contract. There is a P&A clause is there. The seafarer can, when the ship is approaching the port, you can have a medical test, pre-medical, not fully. Whether seafarer doing well on board the ship or not. Some of the chemical tanker gas carrier is losing some kind of disease. This is a precaution. Make sure the P&A has to be added on this kind of thing, when the seafarer is traveling around the world. Waiting for the other question. Thank you so much.
Yeah, good morning. I'm Dr. Bhavna Bhatia from White Cross. I have a question. You said we have to upload fit or unfit. So do we, on the portal, so do we have a time frame for that? And what if there is a candidate whom we've kept on hold for further treatment? So is there going to be a time frame by which we have to upload the medicals? Or that will be at our discretion?
Yeah, we have given time frame for 7 days. Within a week you have to upload the reports.
But for example, if he's got a renal stone and now he needs to go take treatment, maybe it could be a surgery. Recovery could take 15 days. So should we put it as an unfit on the portal or
temporary unfit, then you can again upload the fit certificate.
So there will be an option of a temporary unfit also?
Yes, there is an option.
So Captain Nitin, thank you for the detailed presentation. I have just one comment. So you mentioned 3 parties in it, right? The doctors were a party, the shipping companies were a party, and the DG office were a party. I think we missed out a very important component about whom we are speaking. Where is the seafarer in it? Who is going to prime them, boss, that it is your life? Don't take shortcuts. Everything depends upon you. We get pressurized कि sir लिख दो, क्या फर्क पड़ता है sir, हम चले जाएंगे. They get well paid, no? Somebody has to also sensitize them, because everything we are discussing is about them. They were not a party at all. Who is going to sensitize them that they have to take care of their own health? So that is the biggest problem that all of us face. Right? They will come, sir, कुछ नहीं होता, दवाई ले रहे हैं, लिख दो. And what happens is, if I refuse, he will go to somebody else. Right? What step is there to ensure that this kind of thing is not going to happen? So that is a comment to seriously ponder upon.
Yeah.
Because he has got a choice, he or she. Right?
Correct. This we are coming up in the panel discussion, it is there. Your comment is there, and we'll give reply to that comment.
Sir, I have two questions here. I'm from Goa and I have a center in Goa. With due respect to the dignitaries on the stage, so I have one question is to Vrishali Joshi. Ma'am, whatever you have the presentation, would it be available for everybody to see later also regarding the renewal of the license? That's one thing. And so another thing is what we have noticed is many a times we do a stress test on the patient on the patients because the package says so. But remember that stress test is a very dynamic process. Sometimes the ECG could be normal, and when you put a patient on the stress test, a person can have cardiac problems. So what I feel, and I'm sure many of us would agree over here, is why not include a 2D echo, which is very, very essential because it at least gives you, and it should be done before the stress test because it gives you some idea about the structure of the heart. What has happened, we know whether it is a hypertrophy, it is some past history of infarct, some structure we haven't, because sometimes with these patients, you put on the stress test, the patient can collapse. We just don't know. So, I mean, it's our sincere recommendation that to safeguard our interest as well as to safeguard the life of the seafarer, I think 2D echo is a must. And that should be recommended. That's what I feel. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. We have taken the recommendation and we'll discuss in the committee and it will be circulated.
Yes, we do understand there are a lot of burning issues here, but as the panel discussions keep coming up, we'll get more of these opportunities to put forward your views. So as we come to the end of this inaugural session, I would now like to invite Dr. Bilani to felicitate our guest, Captain Nitin Mukesh. Dr. Bilani, you'll have to wait. I request Dr. Bilani to felicitate our guest of honor, Captain Azad. Thank you, sir. I request Dr. Jacob Matthew. I request Dr. Jacob Matthew to felicitate our chief guest, Shri Shyam Jagannathan ji. I would request all the gentlemen here to please come a bit ahead for a group picture together. Yes.